Good day and welcome to your fire weather situation report. Today is Thursday, January 15th. The situation report is valid from today through Sunday, January 18th. This is Darren Clable, your South Dakota State fire meteorologist. We have some interesting weather going on. It's going to be another windy period coming up. Once again, I want to just cover common weather patterns that we see during historical large wintertime wildfires. Dry conditions over the preceding 14 days, above average temperatures, and a cold front it's going to be associated, bringing us really, really strong winds. Here is the precipitation over the past 14 days. The warm colors are low precipitation. So if we look on the overall chart down here, we're talking about, anywhere from no precipitation up to, a 5/100ths of an inch or something like that. And really the overarching area I'm talking about with respect to this fire weather situation report is central and western South Dakota. Eastern South Dakota, it's dry out there, but they're not going to see the winds that we're going to see across western South Dakota. So the fire potential is still high over eastern South Dakota. It's just not as high because of the wind. So we're really going to focus on central and western South Dakota. And I really want us to look at kind of the area extending from the Pine Ridge Reservation to the central and the southern Black Hills. It's been exceptionally dry down in those areas. The fuels are exposed. Heck, the fuels are exposed pretty much everywhere, but it's been especially dry across southwestern South Dakota. The Rapid City area did see, almost 1/10 of an inch of rain a few days back. Did wet the fuels a little bit, but with the dry conditions that we've been seeing over the past 36 hours, I think most of those fuels are now available and receptive to ignitions. So here is a forecast chart of relative humidity for 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain Time this afternoon. And you can kind of make a line out right here. And this line is pretty important. That's basically the cold front that's going to be coming through. We have dry conditions across southwestern South Dakota right now. Those are relative humidities, anywhere from that 18 to 35% range. When the front pushes through, we're going to see a little bit of a boost in relative humidity, higher relative humidities, which is good. As the front pushes through, we will also see potential for a little bit of moisture. Now, I'm not talking about 1/10 or 2/10. I'm talking about a couple of hundredths, but potentially that might be enough moisture to wet the grasses if we do have any ignitions yet this afternoon. So it's not all gloom and doom. There's a tiny bit of moisture that could be somewhat beneficial with respect to our fire weather conditions. The other thing I want you to notice, looking on here, is we have northwesterly winds, strong northwesterly winds kind of everywhere. And if we look at what those wind gusts are, this afternoon, going into this evening, we're going to start to see gusts in that 40 to 50 mile an hour range across northwestern South Dakota. As we progress later into the evening, that front will push to the southeast, and we'll see those strong winds progress farther across southern South Dakota. Going into, and this is kind of, again, that the precipitation that we might see as that front passes. Again, this is this afternoon. We got a little bit of snow over the northern Black Hills, potentially some rain showers there extending from Rapid City to Pierre as that front pushes through. Going into this evening, we maintain very strong northwest winds, okay? We do pick up a little bit higher RHs overnight tonight, maybe in that 40 to 60% range, a little bit higher in the northern Black Hills with some upslope. However, with the fuels as dry as they are right now, the kind of relatively higher RHs don't really concern me. If we do have a fire going, it's really going to be driven by this. These are the really strong winds that we're expecting overnight tonight. Gusts in the Rapid City area, 60 to 70 miles per hour. There are some signals out there that we could see gusts up to 80 miles an hour in places. The most favored areas to see the really strong winds is kind of in that area. So I would say 60 to 80 potentially mile per hour winds overnight tonight, even going into tomorrow. There are some hints as well of the central and southern Black Hills of seeing similar gusts. And of course, with those northwest winds, we have this little shaded area down here that gets kind of blocked from the strong winds due to the Black Hills. Going into tomorrow, again, we maintain strong northwest winds, but our relative humidities drop back down into that kind of 20 to 40% rate area, again, kind of getting down closer to those critical values that we're looking for. But we are going to maintain very strong winds throughout the day tomorrow. Rapid City will see gusts from 60 to 75 miles per hour, likely throughout the entire day tomorrow. That would be Friday, January 16th. Those strong winds are going to be spread across all of the Black Hills and really all of western South Dakota. So there's potential for more trees to come down and that kind of an issue. So thinking ahead, It's going to be a problematic day tomorrow. It's just going to blow all day long, and it's going to be really annoying, especially annoying if we do have an ignition. Looking at Saturday morning, we still maintain breezy northwesterly winds. We do have some dry conditions in the Black Hills. This is 5 a.m. Mountain Time, 6 a.m. Central Time on Saturday morning because we have downslope winds, right? We have winds that are blowing upslope in the northern hills and then downslope across the southern hills. And that's going to mix out, and it's going to create really dry conditions. So not as strong winds across the southern Black Hills Saturday, but still maintaining some breezy conditions across the central and northern Black Hills. And that includes the Rapid City area and the windy areas up in Meade-Butte County. Saturday afternoon, the winds relax. Woohoo! Yeah, now we're looking at gusts from, maybe 20 to 35 miles an hour Saturday afternoon. But we bring in drier air. These are RHs that are sub 20% across western South Dakota. So even though the wind relaxes a little bit, we do maintain dry conditions, once again, favorable potentially for wildfire growth. Going into Sunday, the wind picks back up. We're going to see gusts anywhere from 40 to 55 miles an hour across all of South Dakota on Sunday. And it's going to be kind of an annoying weekend in terms of that wind. However, on Sunday, the RHs do pick up, but the wind will stay out of the northwest. Kind of an overall summary, very windy over the next 36 hours. Strong northwest winds start later today, but those winds are going to relax. Strong northwest winds start later today and going to continue through the day tomorrow. Very strong winds through the day tomorrow, which would be Friday. Winds relax a bit on Saturday, kind of get a little bit of a breather, but pick back up on Sunday. And again, it's northwesterly winds throughout now through the weekend. The relative humidity is plenty low for wildfire spread, and it's just very reminiscent of conditions during Legion Lake. The other thing I want to point out is today we're seeing highs across western South Dakota on 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Those are going to drop overnight tonight into the 20s. So that would be what day is today? Thursday, going into Friday, we're going to drop into the 20s. Tomorrow, our high temperatures are really only going to be in the high 20s. Okay, so maybe 20s, maybe some 30s across the area. And then when we get into Saturday morning, we're going to drop into the maybe 3 to 10 degree range. So that's Saturday morning. Cold, okay? And with those strong winds, that's going to bring some pretty chilly wind chills as well. I mean, wind chills from -10 to -25 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold. The other thing that is, it's obviously below freezing. So if we do have an ignition, we're going to have to start worrying about engines and pumps and all that kind of thing, because water likes to freeze at those temperatures. During the day on Saturday, however, we should climb back up into the 20s and 30s. And then on Sunday, we should get into the 40s, which will feel pretty balmy. But again, Sunday's going to be windy. So that's kind of the overall situation that we're looking at. Just expect a lot of wind, dry conditions, and elevated fire weather conditions through the weekend.